Swap out your salad for a burger, a juicy burger patty with maybe a little bit of cheese on it. I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and my mission is simple: to help you live your best life well into your golden years, feeling strong, energized, and truly vibrant. I've spent decades learning what really makes the body thrive, and I want to share these simple truths with you. Before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what health questions have been on your mind. What's been puzzling you? What change do you want to make but aren't sure how? I read every single comment, and your questions help me know exactly what you need to hear. So please, take a moment right now and leave me a comment. I'm here for you. Now, let's dive in. Today I want to talk about 11 simple food swaps that will make you feel better in your body and help you build the kind of health that lasts. And here's what I want you to understand from the start. None of the foods I'm asking you to move away from are terrible foods. They're not poison, they're not the enemy. They're just foods that, well, we can do a little better than. Think of it like this. If you had a perfectly good car that got you from point A to point B, but someone offered you a car that got better mileage, had a smoother ride, and cost the same, wouldn't you take it? That's what we're doing here. We're taking good and making it better. These are small changes you can make today, right now, that will add up to something beautiful over time. Let's start with breakfast. Most people reach for oatmeal in the morning. It's warm, it's comforting, it fills you up. But what if I told you there's something even better? Instead of oatmeal, try buckwheat porridge, which the Russians call kasha. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this sounds complicated, exotic, like something you'd have to hunt down in some specialty store. But let me tell you, it's actually incredibly simple. Buckwheat isn't even really a grain. It's what we call a pseudo-cereal, kind of like quinoa. It acts like a grain, cooks like a grain, but it's easier on your digestive system and packed with soluble fiber that's wonderful for your gut. And here's something fascinating. Russia has the lowest rates of insulin resistance and diabetes of any country on earth. Their glucose tolerance is remarkable. And this porridge, it's a staple for them. They eat it all the time. There's wisdom in that, making it as simple as boiling water. Take 1 cup of buckwheat grains and 1 cup of water. Bring the water to a boil, add your buckwheat, let it cook just like you would oatmeal, and then finish it with a pat of butter and a pinch of salt. That's it. That's kasha porridge. The taste is earthy, slightly nutty, deeply satisfying. And when you make this swap, when you start your mornings with buckwheat instead of oats, you're going to notice things. Your gut will feel calmer. Your energy won't spike and crash the way it might with oatmeal. Your appetite will be steadier throughout the morning. These little shifts, they add up to how you feel in your body every single day. Now let me talk about lunch, because this is where people get confused. You go to a restaurant, you think you're being good, you order a salad, and sure, salads can be wonderful if they're done right. But most of the time, what are you getting? Some pale romaine lettuce, maybe a few sad tomato wedges, and a dressing that's basically pure seed oils that have been sitting on a shelf oxidizing for who knows how long. There's not much nutrition in that, if we're being honest. So here's what I want you to do instead. Order a burger. Not the whole burger with the bun and all the fixings, just a juicy burger patty, maybe with a little cheese melted on top. I'm serious. The beef itself is where the nutrition lives. I call beef nature's multivitamin because it's loaded with B vitamins, iron, zinc, all the things your body needs to function properly. And when you choose ground beef specifically, you're getting something even better. Ground beef includes all those little bits that get left out of fancy steaks. The collagen, the connective tissue, the gristle. These parts are absolute gold for your body. Collagen is incredible for your gut lining, for your joints, for your skin, for building muscle. It's one of the most healing substances you can eat. And ground beef is actually closer to how humans have eaten meat for thousands of years, not just one perfect cut, but all the parts mixed together the way nature intended it. Here's the other thing nobody talks about. 2 burger patties with a bit of cheese will often have fewer calories than a big Caesar salad drowning in dressing. Significantly fewer. So you're getting more nutrition, better satiety, easier digestion, and possibly even eating less. That's a win on every level. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty about choosing real, nourishing food over a bowl of leaves covered in rancid oils. The third swap is one that will save you so many calories and still give you that cheesy, savoury flavour you crave. Instead of regular cheese, try nutritional yeast. Now, I love cheese. I'm not telling you to give up cheese forever. Good raw cheese, aged cheese, these are wonderful foods. But if you're looking to cut calories without feeling deprived, nutritional yeast is your answer. It tastes remarkably like cheese, especially if you mix it with just a tiny bit of butter or ghee. Sprinkle it on your vegetables instead of Parmesan. Put it on your broccoli. Dust it over that burger patty we just talked about. You'll cut out a couple hundred calories easily, and you'll be flooding your body with B vitamins. But the real magic is in the fibre. Nutritional yeast contains something called beta-glucans, these special types of fibre that feed the good bacteria in your gut in ways that regular fibre just can't match. We're talking about some of the most powerful concentrated fibres for creating short-chain fatty acids, which are like fuel for your intestinal cells. This is one of the biggest levers you can pull for better health without any suffering involved. You're not giving anything up. You're gaining. Now, let's talk about sweet potatoes. All sweet potatoes are good. The regular orange ones you find everywhere are nutritious and delicious. But if you want to level up, swap those orange sweet potatoes for purple ones. The deep purple varieties, especially the Stokes sweet potatoes with purple skin and purple flesh, have 2 to 3 times the antioxidant power of the orange kind. Yes, orange sweet potatoes give you carotenoids, which are excellent for your eyes and for fighting inflammation. But purple sweet potatoes give you anthocyanins, and you can literally see how concentrated these antioxidants are by looking at that rich purple colour. This is what many traditional cultures have been eating for centuries, and there's a reason for it. These purple beauties fight free radicals more powerfully. They protect your cells more effectively, and they taste just as good. And here's a bonus tip. If you really want to maximize the benefit, eat your sweet potato cold. I know, it's not as cozy and comforting, but when sweet potatoes cool down, they develop resistant starch, which is even better for your gut bacteria. Sometimes the little inconveniences give us the biggest rewards. The 5th swap is about vegetables, and this one might surprise you. Instead of steamed vegetables, go for fermented ones. Steamed vegetables are perfectly fine. They're not bad. But fermented vegetables are extraordinary. When you ferment a vegetable, you preserve almost all of its nutrition, but you also transform it into something living and active. Fermented vegetables are probiotic powerhouses. Think about kimchi, sauerkraut, pickled asparagus, fermented onions. These foods don't just give you fibre for your gut, they actually deliver beneficial bacteria directly into your digestive system. It's like eating a prebiotic and a probiotic at the same time. Your vegetable is already good fibre that feeds your gut bacteria, but fermented, it's also providing the actual bacteria themselves. Even people on the most extreme diets, people who barely eat any plants at all, will tell you that fermented vegetables are beneficial. There's almost universal agreement on this. Plus, fermentation preserves the antioxidants in the vegetables. It makes them shelf stable so they last longer. And you can even ferment your own at home with simple equipment. It's ancient food wisdom meeting modern convenience. The sixth swap is about milk, and I wish I could tell everyone to just drink raw milk. But the reality is that most people don't have access to it. Only about 8 states in America allow raw milk sales, and even in Europe it's limited. So instead, I want you to swap regular pasteurized milk for fermented milk. This means kefir, yogurt, cottage cheese, any milk that's been cultured and is full of living probiotics. Even if the milk was pasteurized before fermentation, the fermentation process creates something new and beneficial. Those probiotics survive, they thrive, and they do wonderful things in your gut. So instead of pouring a glass of regular milk, pour yourself some kefir. You can get goat milk kefir if regular dairy bothers you. The point is, you're getting that probiotic benefit every single time you drink it. These little swaps, done consistently, reshape your inner ecosystem in ways that affect everything from your digestion to your mood to your immune system. Now here's one that might make some people upset, but hear me out because I truly love all berries. Instead of strawberries, choose blueberries. Instead of raspberries, choose blackberries. The reason is simple. Antioxidant power. We measure antioxidants using something called an ORAC score, and strawberries come in around 1400 while blueberries soar past 2500. That's nearly double the free radical fighting capability. Raspberries sit around 1000, but blackberries jump up to 2300. More than double, just by picking the darker berry. This matters because antioxidants protect every cell in your body from damage. They slow aging, they reduce inflammation, they support your brain and your heart and your skin. We can't just think about food as carbs, proteins and fats anymore. We have to think about the phytonutrients, the antioxidants, the compounds that make food medicine. And when 2 berries cost roughly the same amount but one delivers twice the benefit, well, that's an easy choice. Your body will thank you with every handful. The 8th swap is about nuts. Almonds are everywhere, they're affordable, they're crunchy and satisfying, but I want you to swap them for macadamia nuts. Almonds have some good fat, sure, but they're also high in something called phytic acid, which can interfere with mineral absorption if you eat a lot of them. Plus, almonds are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids and have almost no omega-3 seconds, which throws off the balance your body needs. Macadamia nuts, on the other hand, are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats you get from olive oil and pasture-raised eggs. They're lower in omega-6, they don't have the phytic acid problem, and they taste buttery and rich. Now I know almonds are cheaper, but here's the thing. You shouldn't be getting tons of calories from nuts anyway. They're so dense in calories that you can easily overdo it. Stick to 1 or 2 ounces a day, and at that amount, you're talking about less than 50 cents difference between almonds and macadamias. That's nothing for a significant upgrade in the quality of fat you're putting in your body. Number 9 is about fat for cooking, and this is an important one. Swap out your butter for ghee. Now, if you can get your hands on raw butter or raw cream from grass-fed cows, that's wonderful. If you can afford high-quality organic butter, that's great too. But if you want the best bang for your buck, ghee is the answer. Ghee is butter with all the milk solids removed, leaving you with pure, concentrated fat that's rich in short-chain fatty acids. These short-chain fatty acids are phenomenal for your gut lining and your microbiome. They also help control your appetite better because they send strong satiety signals to your brain. And ghee is incredibly stable. It doesn't oxidize easily, it doesn't go rancid, it can sit on your shelf for months and months without spoiling. Even when you can't afford organic, ghee from conventional butter is still better than most alternatives because the process of making ghee removes so many of the problematic compounds. It's pure golden nutrition in a jar, and it makes everything taste absolutely delicious. The 10th swap is about cured meats. If you love salami, I'm going to ask you to try prosciutto instead. Salami typically has additives beyond just the nitrites and nitrates, extra preservatives and fillers that you don't really need. Prosciutto, on the other hand, is usually just ham and salt. That's it, 2 ingredients. And here's something most people don't know. When meat is properly cured with just salt, it actually develops bioactive peptides during the curing process. These peptides can be beneficial for your gut and your overall health. The meat essentially begins to ferment in a controlled way, and this may even make it easier to digest. Traditional food cultures figured this out centuries ago. They knew that certain preservation methods didn't just keep food safe, they actually made it more nourishing. So yes, absolutely reach for the prosciutto when you're making a sandwich or putting together a snack. You're choosing simplicity, tradition, and better nutrition all at once. And finally, number 11, choose biltong instead of jerky. Jerky has a secret that most people don't know about. In the United States, manufacturers often spray jerky with an antimicrobial film after it's dried, and they don't even have to list it on the package. It's part of the standard process. So you think you're eating simple dried meat, but you're actually consuming this antimicrobial coating with every bite. Plus, the high heat drying process used for jerky denatures some of the protein and makes it tough and hard to chew. Biltong is different. It's air-dried slowly, which means it's softer and more tender, and because it's essentially fermenting as it dries, just like prosciutto, it develops those beneficial bioactive peptides. The ingredients are simpler, the texture is better, the taste is richer, and you're not getting any hidden chemicals. It's a superior product in every way. These 11 swaps might seem small. You might think, how much difference can switching from strawberries to blueberries really make? How much does it matter if I eat oatmeal or buckwheat? But I want you to understand something important. Health isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's not about one perfect meal or one perfect day. It's built in these small, consistent choices you make every single day for months and years. It's the accumulation of choosing slightly better, choosing slightly more nourishing, choosing foods that work with your body instead of against it. Every time you pick the purple sweet potato, you're flooding your cells with more antioxidants. Every time you eat fermented vegetables, you're strengthening your gut. Every time you choose ghee over butter, you're giving your body more stable, beneficial fats. These choices compound. They build on each other. And one day, you wake up and realize you feel different. Your energy is steadier. Your digestion is calmer. Your mood is more balanced. Your body feels strong and capable. That's not magic. That's the result of thousands of small, good decisions that added up to something powerful. And here's what I love about these swaps. They're not about deprivation. You're not removing joy from your life. You're not eating food you hate just because it's supposed to be good for you. You're eating a juicy burger instead of a sad salad. You're eating soft, flavorful biltong instead of tough jerky. You're eating creamy kefir instead of plain milk. Better nutrition doesn't have to mean suffering. In fact, most of the time, when you choose real, traditional, properly prepared foods, they taste better. They satisfy you more deeply. They make meals something to look forward to instead of something to endure. I've worked with people for decades now, and the ones who succeed in transforming their health aren't the ones who try to overhaul everything overnight. They're not the ones who go on extreme diets or follow rigid rules that make them miserable. The people who succeed are the ones who make one small change, let it become normal, and then make another small change. They're the ones who understand that this is a lifelong journey, not a race. They're patient with themselves. They celebrate small victories. They don't beat themselves up when they have a setback. They just get back to making good choices the next day. That's the path to lasting health. That's how you build the kind of body and mind that serves you well into your 70s, 80s, 90s and beyond. Think about your future self. Imagine yourself 20 years from now. Do you want to be that person who's full of energy, still active, still sharp, still engaged with life? Or do you want to be someone who's struggling, dependent on medications, limited by pain and fatigue? The choices you make today are votes for which version of your future self you're creating. Every buckwheat breakfast is a vote for steady energy. Every fermented vegetable is a vote for a healthy gut. Every swap from almonds to macadamias is a vote for better inflammation balance. You're literally building your future body with every bite you take. That's power. That's agency. That's you taking control of your own health destiny. I want you to start small. Don't try to implement all 11 swaps tomorrow. Pick one. Maybe you start with nutritional yeast instead of cheese. Maybe you buy purple sweet potatoes next time you're at the store. Maybe you grab a jar of kefir and try it in your morning smoothie. Just pick one thing and do it for a week. Notice how it feels. Notice if your body responds. Get comfortable with it. Then add another swap. Then another. Before you know it, these choices won't feel like changes anymore. They'll just be how you eat. They'll be normal. And your body will be reaping the benefits every single day. You'll have more energy for the things you love. You'll sleep better at night. You'll move through your day with less pain and more vitality. You'll think more clearly. You'll feel more like yourself. This is what good nutrition does. It doesn't just prevent disease, though it does that too. It makes life better right now, today, in ways you can feel and notice. Also, I want to say this, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Maybe you can't find purple sweet potatoes in your area. That's okay. Orange sweet potatoes are still nourishing. Maybe macadamia nuts are too expensive right now, that's fine. Almonds in moderation are still better than processed snacks. Maybe you can't afford grass-fed beef. Then get the best quality ground beef you can afford and feel good about choosing real protein over fast food. Do what you can with what you have. Every step in the right direction counts. Every improvement matters. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency, patience, and genuine care. Give yourself grace. This journey isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about loving yourself enough to make choices that support your well-being. It's about recognizing that you deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to have energy. You deserve to age with strength and dignity. And these small swaps, these simple changes, they're part of how you create that reality for yourself.